Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking all about my picks for a drugstore summertime makeup bag. Basically all of the essentials. There are a couple categories with more than one product. However, I think that you don't need both, just one or the other. I just wanted to give a couple different options for different preferences. I love doing these like little curated makeup picks, and these are definitely my favorites for the warmer weather approaching. So starting off with a primer that I think is arguably one of the best in the game, the e.l.f. Power Grip. This is so amazing for just completely extending your makeup's longevity and really making the makeup apply a lot smoother as well. Especially as somebody with dry skin, I really like how this has the ability to kind of disguise and hide dry patches on my skin. It leaves my skin looking really plump and juicy, and I just like the soft natural dewiness that it leaves my skin with. And oh my gosh, in the hot weather, this just extends your makeup wear time so much. You can be like profusely sweating from the face, and then when your face dries, you will see that your makeup is still there in place. I swear by this. Obviously, you need to be wearing sunscreen every day. You can reach for the one that you fancy. However, I have found one that I've been testing for the past several weeks and really loving, and it pairs so nicely with makeup. It's the one from e.l.f. So this is the e.l.f. Whoa Glow Broad Spectrum SPF 30. This is the one that is definitely the dupe for Glow Screen from Supergoop, which is one of my personal favorites. I would say Glow Screen from Supergoop is actually a lot more strobed and a lot more luminous. The e.l.f. one's a little bit softer, so if you don't like a super strobed look, you'd probably even prefer the one from e.l.f., but this is fabulous. No pilling, no irritation, doesn't make my eyes look bloodshot, looks really pretty underneath makeup or on its own. Honestly, I'll just like pop this on and I feel like I've got a little bit more pep in my step. Makes my skin look glowy, makes my skin look luminous, feels really nice and moisturizing. I love the smell of sunscreen. It just makes, okay, wow. So the whole time I've been talking about it, I've had it open. So I'm gonna shut this, and when I'm done filming, I'll deal with that later. But this is amazing. I've been loving it. This is totally unintentional, but I guess you can really tell that I am a huge e.l.f. fan. I have another e.l.f. product that I think is one of the best for the summer. So the Halo Glow liquid filters. I have two different shades. I wear shade number 1 and then 5. I like using 5 to kind of bronze and contour the skin. I have that as like an underpaint on my skin today. I put it on underneath my foundation in the areas that I would typically bronze. And then I use a lighter one for a highlight. You can use this, like I said, so you can like bronze the skin with it. You can use it as an all-over illuminator. You can use it mixed in with your makeup, on top of your makeup, underneath your makeup. You can wear it on its own. It's just such a really great, versatile product. Perfect for the summertime. We all want that juicy summertime glow. And I've loved this since the first time I tried it, but it's really starting to surprise me how much I think I'm starting to prefer this over the one from Charlotte Tilbury. Yeah, I said it. As far as base coverage goes, if you're looking for something that's like a traditional foundation, I think this might surprise you, but I've been so pleasantly surprised by it as well. It's the Neutrogena Healthy Skin Liquid Makeup. This has SPF 20. What I like about this so much is that it's actually quite sheer, but it still has pretty good coverage on its own. It's a little bit more full coverage than what I typically like to wear, so I just mix a little bit with my facial moisturizer or a little bit with like a tinted moisturizer just to kind of cut it, because I like something super light for every day. But it stays really satin on the skin, so it doesn't get progressively more oily or dewy throughout the day. So it just doesn't make my skin look greasy the longer that I wear it, which is typically an issue that I have come spring and summer. And I just like the way that this looks. It looks very fresh and flawless while still giving me some good coverage without being like too in your face foundation-y. And it has a little bit better longevity than some of my favorite like light coverage typical foundations. I wanted to recommend the L'Oreal Age Perfect foundation, but I think that's being discontinued. I still wear mine, but I've gotten an influx of people saying they can't find it. From what I'm seeing online, it does kind of look like it's gonna be discontinued. That is my favorite drugstore foundation of all time. If it gets discontinued, I will be very upset. So that's the only reason I'm not mentioning L'Oreal Age Perfect Serum Foundation. If you can get your hands on that, that is 100% without a doubt the best summertime foundation from the drugstore, but this one's like coming in secondary slay because it's also really good. If you're like me and most days during the hot weather you just don't even want anything to do with a foundation, you want like a true lightweight tinted moisturizer, look no further, the Ulta Beauty Tinted Moisturizer Broad Spectrum SPF 24. This leaves your skin so dewy and luminous and just like gorgeous. I just had a facial looking complexion, very natural, bouncy, juicy, all of the great words that we all want our skin to look like, just very like youthful, healthy looking skin. This is the tinted moisturizer for you, and it just feels so amazing and so moisturizing on my skin. It honestly really reminds me of the Laura Mercier tinted moisturizer, but obviously this one's a fraction of the price, but it's like almost even better than the one from Laura Mercier because I love the soft pearl to this product, and it's gorgeous. Like, if you have overlooked this product with the last time you were at Ulta, it's something to check out. Moving on to concealers, I want to mention this one first for my like true light coverage lovers and people who don't tend to wear a lot of makeup on the day-to-day, the e.l.f. Brightening Concealer. This is so similar to the YSL Touche Eclat. It honestly even kind of reminds me of the one from Clé de Peau. A little bit less coverage than the one from Clé de Peau, but still that beautiful, soft, fluid, lightweight concealer that just provides the skin with a milky veil of coverage without completely concealing the area, but just really making the skin and the area that you're trying to apply this product to, making it look like the best version of itself. So not really like there to hide anything, but just to like enhance your natural beauty and just brighten up areas of the skin and softly put a little bit of a filter on things that you want to hide. It is perfect in every way. I think this is just like one of the best concealers ever. Like, it's just such a joy to reach for and to use. I just love the way that this concealer makes my complexion look. And then if I want something that's a little bit more coverage, a little bit more radiant, and just going to give my skin a little bit something extra for the day, I love the Neutrogena Radiant Cream Concealer. This reminds me so much of the one from the NARS concealer, or the NARS Radiant Cream Concealer that I love so much. This I would say is like its drugstore counterpart. It's a little bit creamier, a little bit more dewy, but it's still really amazing. And I don't know, I really love the way that this looks under my skin. It's beautiful underneath the eyes. Do keep in mind that because it has a little bit more of that luminous finish, if you have an active breakout or something, it will kind of draw light to that area. But overall, stunning, beautiful. Again, a concealer that enhances your natural beauty and doesn't like hide it or make it look cakey and like too makeup-y. We don't want that in the summertime. I'm the biggest advocate on skipping out on setting powder if you can. And when you do use it, using it so sparingly, because you really don't want to take away from the natural radiance of your skin. And I think you'll find that the less powder that you use, the better your skin looks. And you can just slightly touch up on powder the more that you need it. But really not overdoing it on the powder, I think, is one of the things that, for me at least, keeps my skin looking really nice and natural. And a powder that is absolutely phenomenal at keeping the natural radiance of not only your skin, but the makeup products that you use, and not completely making your skin look one-dimensional and flat and chalky, is from e.l.f. This is the e.l.f. Halo Glow Setting Powder. I've been such a big fan of this for years. I think it's absolutely beautiful. Really keeps that angelic radiance to the skin without looking like you just set it down with powder. So it's kind of like the best of both worlds. You get the set down and the added insurance of lockdown with powder, but it doesn't look very powdery. It's very finely milled. It's just got this gorgeous, silky, luxurious formula to it, and I'll apply this all over my skin and I still don't actually feel like my skin looks like I have a drop of powder on it. It's absolutely beautiful. Hands down, like one of the best powders at the drugstore, and it's gonna keep that, like, you know, summer dewy glow in check without making you look dry. For your natural summertime contour, I love this little glow wand from e.l.f., the contour wand in tan. I cannot get enough of this. It is so pigmented and it is so easy to blend out. And I really love the tiny little pom-pom applicator. It's a lot smaller than a lot of the other contour wands, and I just think that lends the product a little bit easier to get some more precision with it applying. It blends out like a dream. It looks really natural. It doesn't cause lifting on the makeup that you you have underneath it. I'm gonna recommend a cream bronzer because that's just what I tend to go for. I love the e.l.f. Luminous Putty Bronzers. I think that they're really great. Pretty good on in terms of like pigmentation, so you can really build them up or sheer them out. And I think that the shade, I have the shade Sheet. I can never ever say this. The shade Seaside Shimmer. I have that shade. I love it. I think it's like this gorgeous weedy golden brown with a really good amount of soft pearl throughout it. But if you are someone who tends to lean into more of a traditional bronzer, I would recommend the one from L'Oreal. This is the Infallible bronzer. This is a really great finely milled, kind of like silky looking bronzer. And honestly, if you are like still wanting to use this, you could set it down with just a touch of the L'Oreal one. It'll just help it stay in place a little bit longer, but overall they are both stunning, and you need yourself a good bronzer for the summer because it's not only just for like the face. Use it on your, it's not only just for the cheeks. Use it around your lips, use it on your nose, put it in the socket of your eye, ears, neck, like really get the whole bronze vibe going and like use it on all those areas of the body, and you'll really get that like bronzed goddess look that you're going for. So don't overlook a good bronzer during the summer. The blush tone of the summer is this soft muted seashell pink. For me at least, that's like the blush tone that I'm absolutely crazy about, and I have two that I think really encapsulate that color perfectly. So this is the Luminous Putty Blush from e.l.f. and this one's in the shade Maui. This is gorgeous. This is my favorite shade of the e.l.f. Luminous Putty blushes. So with the Luminous Putty Blush from e.l.f., you're gonna get more of that dewy, radiant seashell pink. It's got some of that sheen to it as well, but obviously it's much more dewy because this is a cream product, so this is just gonna look really nice and healthy on the apples of the cheeks. And then I have this one from Well People. This is the Super Powder Blush in Hazelnut Harvest. This is literally like, again, the perfect kind of seashell pink. It's a little bit more intense than the Luminous Putty Blush, but still has kind of that soft baked radiant finish to the product. So not nearly as dewy as the one from e.l.f., but still gonna give you that soft radiance, and because it has a little bit of that luminous finish, you're still gonna get the light popping off of the apple of the cheek, and it just looks so pretty. These are like just the right amount of warm and cool to where they're super flattering, and I just think they almost like make the whites of your eyes look brighter and just accentuate a tan in a really flattering way. I don't know what it is about this shade and why I'm so crazy about it this summer, but this is like, I think, the perfect tone to complement tan skin, and it just looks, it's the vibe. So I really like a powder highlight in the warmer months. If it's like super hot, I tend to prefer powder. If it's, you know, mid-temperature weather, I can get away with wearing liquid, but I do find that like when it's really hot, liquid highlight just doesn't look as good on my skin. So I like a good powder, but I still don't want it to like look powdery or be chalky. The Essence highlighter, this one's in the shade Sun Shower. Stunning, perfect. It is the highlight that I'm wearing on my skin today. Very soft, very subtle. You can just barely see it on the skin. I have it a little bit more built up like in the center of my face, around my nose and stuff. But overall, I think it's a really great natural option. And you can see it like, it's perfect. It looks so good. And it doesn't look like powder. You can even like look at my skin up close, and I don't think it looks like overly powdered like some other highlights do, because this one's sheer. It's not as intense or like foiled as a lot of other highlighters. That's what I think is kind of the dead giveaway. If you're wearing a ton of a foiled highlight, it just looks a little bit too apparent on the skin. So if you are concerned with, in the bright sunlight of the summer, your skin looking as natural as possible, go for more of a sheer, soft, buildable type of highlight. And this one's really good. I am going to recommend liquid eyeshadows because I think that they're the absolute best. There's two different formulas that I think are the most standout. So we have the Wet n Wild Shadow Silks. These are phenomenal. I have two shades. I will be getting more. I have Bronze Digger and then Lunar Beige. These are phenomenal. So long wearing. They already have a built-in primer with them, so you don't even have to use a primer with these. And then I also really love the NYX Glow Shots. Stunning. And with the NYX Glow Shots, sorry, there are more fun shades in this line. So if you don't want to just stick with like natural shades, you can go for like greens, blues, pinks. I have Wow Cacao and High Key Lychee. I wear these so much. They're stunning, and I love liquid shadows. I'm a very, very big fan of liquid shadows and cream shadows. I just think that they're like the best because they always look really, really good. I found the best drugstore brow gel I have ever tried. Truly, I say that with so much confidence. I really feel like this is the best one I've ever tried. It's the NYX Tinted Brow Styler in the shade Black. It's a little bit more of like a deep espresso, so obviously gonna work for black hair tones, but don't think that this is like black like a mascara. It's not completely opaque. It still has a little bit of translucency to the product, so you can still, it still looks really natural. I swear to you, this is the best brow gel I've ever tried from the drugstore so far. I have never been as impressed. I do like the clear version of this, but for whatever reason, I like the tinted version so much better. This looks like I just got my brows tinted. Like, it's the perfect consistency. It's the perfect level of opacity. It sets down on my brows. It looks natural, but still fills them in to where I don't need to use a brow pencil if I don't want to. This is phenomenal. It is sweat resistant. It's pretty great at staying, you know, really nice and shaped throughout the day, so I don't feel like there's as many touch-ups I need to do. But oh my gosh, I am so impressed with this brow gel. So impressed with this brow gel. 12 out of 10. I also have two other little products I want to mention really quick. So as far as mascara goes, I think this is up to your own discretion, whatever you tend to like, but I do want to say that I've really been loving the Crazy Volume from Essence. This one has a really nice brush. It kind of just gives you like a clean lash extension effect. Typically I don't go after brushes like this, but I've never met an Essence mascara that I don't like, and I think that this one's really nice. Very fine lash-like extensions, clean volume, very natural looking and soft, not too spiky, not overly voluminous to where it looks like clumpy or spidery. It's just a really good mascara for not only the top lashes but the bottom lashes, and it really gives you a lot of great length as well. And then I also wanted to quickly mention this. I don't really know if many people use products like this, but I personally love them, especially in the summertime when I want to be wearing less product. So this is the under eye brightener from the Ulta Beauty line. This one's in stick form, and it's creamy and emollient, and it reminds me so much of the one from Becca that I love so much, but it's just in a stick form, which arguably makes it easier to apply than the pot one from Becca. And you can just use this anywhere where you have some deeper discoloration or hyperpigmentation. So you can use it under the eyes to brighten the skin, but it also works really nicely if you have any post-acne hyperpigmentation that's particularly dark. You can use this underneath your foundation to help kind of negate those darker hyperpigmentation spots on the skin. It's got me reaching for it a lot more than my color correctors that are in the like little pots that I have. And honestly, when it comes to lip products, I'm a huge fan of just like a tinted lip balm. I love glosses, I love lipsticks, I love it all, but I definitely think that like a tinted lip balm is the best for day to day, and there's two newer launches that I'm really excited about. So number 7 came out with the Hydroluminous lip balms. These are amazing. I have 3 shades: caramel, blush, and nude. I think my favorite shade is definitely blush. It's like this really soft, sweet kind of carnation pink. So there's blush right there. You can see just like the softest kiss of color. They are really nice and shiny. I'll just swatch all of these really quick so you can see them. So this is nude. There's blush nude. Then we have caramel. Caramel, oh, I actually think caramel might be my favorite. I forgot about caramel. So there's caramel. Gorgeous, like not too punchy. So the number 7 ones are really great. And the other thing that I really like about tinted lip balms is you don't like need a mirror to reapply them. They're just easier to use. So these are the Rose Comforting Lip Colors from Wet n Wild. Again, such a big fan of these. So this first one I'm going to swatch for you is called Biscotti Mommy. Now these have a little bit more punch to them. So there's Biscotti Mommy. I wear it much more sheared out than that. I wear it as just like a soft glaze. And these are also a little bit shinier. And then we have this one, which is Pecan Glaze. This is my personal favorite. Okay, so here is Pecan Glaze. This one is stunning. It's like a tobacco sheer brown. And then here is Taffy Daffy from Elf, or not Elf, Wet n Wild. So there's Taffy Daffy. Stunning. I mean, like, who wouldn't want this on their lips? They all look so shiny and so pretty. Alright, so that is officially everything that I wanted to mention for this makeup bag video. This is a little CalPack makeup video. I love this. Not a CalPack makeup video, a little CalPack bag that I used for this makeup bag video. I think it comes in different sizes too, but I love this thing. This is so nice for travel. Clear, opens up to two little pouches on the other side. So I'll put this in the description box too. I love this thing. So other than that, I will put all of the products that I mentioned in the description box as well. If you have any questions, feel free to hit me up in the comments down below. Let me know some other videos that you really want to see in the future. And I also wanted to say, like, seriously, a huge thank you to everybody who took the time to leave a comment in my previous video. I was genuinely like blown away at how many comments I got in that last video, because it kind of was crazy to read all those comments of people saying they've been watching me for years and they've never left a comment, or they just never leave comments. It means so much more to me than you think that it does when you leave me a comment. Even just saying like something about like what you think about like a mascara or a bronzer or something like that. Just like taking the time to leave a comment makes a huge difference for me, because honestly, like, making these YouTube videos, sometimes it feels like I'm talking to nobody. Like, I feel like I'm just like making videos that nobody watches or nobody cares about, honestly, when I don't like see any type of feedback. So the feedback means so much more than you would know, and just starting conversations and like all of that, like it really, it's just encouraging to keep creating video content, because like I said, it's kind of this like weird time where everybody is more engaged with short form. So I was really excited that a lot of you guys wanted me to come back to YouTube and start making videos regularly again, which I will, but please continue to talk to me, because otherwise, like I said, it's a little bit weird leaving videos or making videos and then not seeing anybody say anything, because it just feels like nobody watched it. So I'll see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching this one. If you don't follow me on Instagram or TikTok, follow me on there. I do a lot of short form beauty content on there as well. And yeah, I'll see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching this one. Bye!